So another reason that impacts your ability to increase your income in business, a lot of times results from a lack of follow-up, a lack of following up from abandoned carts, emails, text messages, and even phone calls. And so we talked about that in part one. That video is going to be linked down below if you're interested. And now we're going to be talking about some other ways that we can increase our income. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Brittney Bundles. If you are not new, welcome back. I am a serial entrepreneur for those of you that don't know, and I'm an entrepreneurial motivator. I enjoy assisting with building businesses and also providing insight and sharing my experiences from my entrepreneurial journey. So today we're going to be talking about a continuation of ways that we can continue to grow our money inside of our existing businesses. Maybe glancing at my phone just to look at some notes here because I don't want to forget anything. But the first thing that I want to talk about is raising our prices slightly. Now, again, this can be something that may feel very uncomfortable, especially when you first get into business. Sustaining your prices and raising your prices are things that can feel uncomfortable. Because you're feeling like you're still selling from a place of price instead of from a place of value. But to be honest, prices go up with everything. I remember when I first started my website, the rates for website hosting were completely different than what they are now in 2026. Everything is just going up, right? So there are times where your prices have to go up as well. Even your vendor's pricing may have increased. And keeping your price the same just may not suffice to keep your business growing. And so it costs money to run a business. And that's the part that a lot of people don't understand if they aren't in business. And not saying that they have to understand that, but I am saying that it's a piece that we have to become comfortable with navigating. So one way that you can increase your income is by increasing your rates, okay? Now, you don't have to send a newsletter letting people know that your prices have increased unless you're doing something like a membership-based service, right? For example, I offer dropshipping in addition to hair products and other services on my website. So if I'm changing my drop shipping rates, I already have people that are committed to that program. I have an obligation to let them know what my new rates are going to be. That's completely different. If you're doing some type of membership-based service, you do have an obligation to let people know when your rates are increasing. But if you're offering products, think about going into a grocery store, think about going into the mall, think about going to an electronics store. Whenever they raise rates, you don't receive a notification automatically about their price increases. Keep that same mentality with your business. It doesn't have to be something that's broadcasted, and it shouldn't even be something that's commonly discussed, because you should be discussing your value over the price and really over the features too. We don't talk a lot about how we should position sales. We talk a lot about creating our own businesses, but there are skills that go into being able to truly sell. And those skills are deeper than how many likes we can get and also how many viewers we can get. We have to be able to have skills to communicate and to connect with people in a way where they trust what we're saying enough to actually move forward with our recommendations. And we should be getting the recommendations based on what they're looking for. So, for example, hi, Mr. Customer, based on what you're looking for, I would recommend you go with our drop shipping package, because you mentioned that you wanted to start your own business. You also mentioned that you're wanting to start as financially low as you possibly can. And you do have ideas of growing your business in the next few months where you will be able to purchase in bulk. Now, because you're planning on growing your business, I highly recommend you purchasing, or you bundling, that's a better word, our drop shipping ebook, which teaches how to upscale your hair business. I also recommend that you purchase some of our samples. Our sample kit is going to give you the ability to get familiar with the products that you're going to be offering. It's also going to give you an opportunity to brand those products so that you can have pictures that are branded for your website. So there's different ways to phrase how you're connecting everything together. And that's an example of what I was talking about when I was mentioning taking advantage of every order. So instead of just offering, sorry, my phone is going off right now, but instead of offering just having the customer come to the website, them sign up for drop shipping and leave, because I got some information on what they're looking for, they left with drop shipping, they left with the ebook, and they also left with the sample kit. Okay, so I maximized my order, but I also did a service to my customer by providing expertise to the order, guidance to the order, and that increased my income, and it also increased their value, right? Now, I could have just sold it based on the features, right? And I could have just said, or positioned it, I don't know if it would have sold, but I could have positioned it just based on the features. You should get our sample kit because our sample kit has so many different textures, and you should also get our Brazilian body wave bundles because I really like them and they're really a staple in our company. You should also try out our website review services so those are good services, right? And you're sharing the features, but it's not connecting to what that customer is looking for. So if it doesn't connect, and that's all about packaging an offer. If the offer isn't packaged right, doesn't matter how well your website looks, and it doesn't matter how many likes you got on a post, because again, it's not going to translate into orders. There are a lot of people that have what looks like support, and they have what looks like engaging content, but no orders. So it's very important that we get familiar with how to bundle and offer those bundled options based on value that's specific to the customer that we're working with. So raise your prices when it is necessary to do so. Raise your prices when you know that you need additional funds for your business. Raise your prices when your vendor increases your rates. Raise your prices when your e-commerce store increases their rates. You're going to have to raise prices at some point. And you could have grandfathered pricing, so pricing for existing or VIP customers, loyalty pricing, and then you can also have pricing for new customers, and that could be where your increases come from. Another way that you can increase your income is by providing custom options. So like I mentioned, you can have different packages on your website. You can have certain people that sign up for, a VIP service where they're able to get certain products at a discounted rate all through the year. But in order for them to do that, there's a monthly subscription to be a VIP member. Or they have to purchase so much, a certain order quantity, in order to be considered a VIP member. Or they have to refer so many people over in order to be considered a VIP member. Now, all of these options are increasing your revenue, and it's also giving more value back to that specific customer because they're getting deals, but they're also getting the deals because they're working for the deals, right? And because they're working for the deals, you're getting more income. You're getting more, if you're looking at the referral options, you're getting more clients. And you can also position the referral options to only count if one of their referrals places an order. So being creative and being strategic really is the bottom line here with how you can make more money within your business. It's not always going out and marketing more, because the truth is there are so many businesses that have enough visibility. They're seen enough. Now, could they be seen more? Yes, but that doesn't fix the issue all the time. You being seen more. You being seen more is not going to guarantee you more orders. And it doesn't even mean that you're going to be seen more by people that are interested in what you have to offer. Even when you're doing ads, you're getting in front of people and you can tailor the area and the demographic and the age. But again, that does not guarantee orders. So when we already have people that are on our website, people that have DM'd us, people that have emailed us, we want to make sure that we're taking advantage of those opportunities and not just focusing on getting in front of new people. Because if we just focus on that, the cycle continues. We're getting more people, still no orders. Now, another thing that I see a lot of businesses doing is not promoting the same offer more than once. So, for example, they'll post about a Valentine's Day sale one time. They won't mention it anywhere else on any other platforms. They won't mention it the second day. They mention it one time and that's it. Promote your offers more than once. Assume that a lot of people did not see it. Even if you see 200 people saw it, they may have not seen it. You want to go with the mentality that no one saw this, okay, or only a few people saw this. And you want to promote your offers more than once. Promote your sales more than once. Promote your bundle deals more than once. Promote your services more than once. I promote dropshipping very frequently, and that is why dropshipping still continues to be a good portion of my business because I'm always promoting it. If you go back a year ago, you would hear me talking about dropshipping. Go back 4 years ago, I'm talking about dropshipping. So you have to constantly promote what you're doing, not in a way where it's just like you're highlighting just the features and you're just saying, hey, dropshipping's here. Dropshipping will allow you to do X, Y, and Z. But you want to put it in a package where it makes sense. So if you're doing content, include your services in your content in a way that fits what you're talking about. That's another reason why I think it's so important to include how-tos in your business. And how-tos, you don't have to necessarily show your face. You could do like blogs on your website or, TikToks where you're not necessarily showing your face, but you're doing like voiceovers. You can become creative, but you want to repeat your offers, your services, what you have to provide to the public more than once. It's not going to be the same as actually talking to a specific customer where you can get an offer tailored to their specific value, but you still can get the message out about what you're offering to a large amount of people by continuously talking about what it is you offer. That's how it gets in people's minds. Even just this morning, I was thinking about a certain service that a company offered, and I could not think of that company's name, but I kept thinking about like the company, trying to think of their name, and I kept thinking of their service that I wanted to enroll in, and I just kept thinking about like everything I knew about it, and eventually the company's name popped in my head because of just repetition. It was just in my mind because I've heard it and seen it so many times. You want it to be like that, not to an extent where people are like, give me a break, all you do is talk about this, but make it make sense. And it has to be the way that you deliver it, the way that you package it, and the way that you deliver it. It has to make sense, and it has to be in a way that's not salesy in order for people to gravitate toward it. And the last piece of advice that I'm going to share is tighten up your policies. If you know that you're not seeing the income that you should in your business, go back and look at your refund policies. Are you giving refunds all the time? Because we have to figure out why, number one, people are wanting to refund or return what you're offering. And then number two, does it make sense for your business to offer refunds? There are some companies that offer refunds that shouldn't. especially if you're in the beauty business. I'm not accepting hair back that has been opened and played with and washed and curled and experimented with. I'm just not. I can't resell it. So we have to go back and look at our policies and make sure that they make sense, because a lot of money is being lost through refunds, not having the right policies. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions or any recommendations for content that you do want to see from me, or a certain business topic or a business idea or anything in business that you are struggling with, please let me know. I've been on this platform for years, just providing insight and providing resources. So if you need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Feel free to reach out. Leave me a comment, leave me a DM. All of my social medias just about are down below, and I will be happy to assist. You can even email me. But I do want to thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.